I remember a time that still haunts me. My oldest daughter was young, and I thank the Lord she's forgotten it, but I haven't. I haven't forgotten it. She got me angry and I had to spank her on her thigh, and she started crying. And when she started crying, I went to the room and I started bawling. Even till now, I think about it and I'm full of grief because I had to do that. That I had to discipline her because that's not what I wanted. Can you imagine the heart of God, who is pure love? He is love. He's a source of love. He's infinite love. When he sees someone who's in covenant relationship with him doing something wicked, and then he has to grieve him, and he sees the pain that's inflicted because of that person's sin and how much his heart breaks. And I'm going to give you an example of God crying. He's actually crying because of what Israel has forced him to do. Lamentations 3:31-33. For no one is cast off by the Lord forever. In other words, it's not God's desire to cast you off and cut you off forever. That's not what he wants. He doesn't want to cut you off forever. That's not what he wants. Though he brings grief, he will show compassion. So great is his unfailing love. For he does not willingly bring affliction or grief to anyone. He will show compassion. So great is his unfailing love. Why? For he does not willingly, he doesn't want to bring affliction or grief to anyone. This is our God. See, that should move you in your heart. That's why I'm leaving it there. God is speaking to you. He's saying, please don't make me discipline you. Don't you understand? I don't desire to afflict you and discipline you. I want to love you. I want to love on you. I want to flood you in my love. I want to see you smile. I want to see you dance. I want to see you joyful. Now I'm going to show you God's heart. Watch here. Hosea 11, verses 1-8. This one will break you. When Israel was a child, I loved him. And out of Egypt, I called my son. Now watch here. Watch here. But the more they were called, the more I called to them, the more they went away from me. No matter how many times I would call Israel to myself, to my love, they ran from me, and they ran to Baal. They sacrificed to the Baals, and they burned incense to images. It was I. Now watch the imagery here. Remember he said Israel is a son? Parents, imagine the imagery. God is describing himself as a parent, like you. When you have a baby and then you're trying to teach your baby to walk, take baby steps. Watch the imagery. It was I who taught Ephraim to walk, taking them by the arms. You understand the imagery? Imagine when you taught your children how to walk. You grab them by the arm. Come here, Chayit Baba. Come here, Chayit Mama. God is describing himself that way. I'm the one who took my baby boy and I grabbed him by the arms to teach him how to take baby steps. And yet he still did not appreciate me, and he grew up to resent me and turn his back on me. Taking them by the arms, but they did not realize it was I who healed them. I led them with cords of human kindness. Cords, something to attach them to my heart with love, with ties of love. To them, I was like one who lifts a little child to the cheek. Do you see the imagery of God? I was to them as that mother or father who takes their baby and places their baby next to their cheek. This is God speaking. And I bent down to feed them. Do you see the imagery? He's now describing himself as a mother or father who bends down to the child, feeding the child. Do you see it? It's imagery. But now watch God's heartbreak. Look at God's heartbreak. Will they not return to Egypt? Or will not Assyria rule over them? See, that's what he's saying. They want to go back to these nations who persecuted them, who punished them, who enslaved them because they love their gods and their goddesses. Because they refused to repent. So you want me to hand you over? A sword will flash in their cities. Now you leave me no choice but to afflict you and punish you. It will devour their false prophets and put an end to their plans. Now watch here. Watch the key verse. My people are determined to turn from me. You understand that? My people are determined to turn from me. They just don't want anything to do with me. That's what he's saying. They're determined to turn away from me. They're determined to avoid me like the plague. They want to have nothing to do with me. Even though they call me God Most High, I will by no means exalt them, because it's lip service. They only come to me when they want something from me, when they want the car, or they want money for college, or they want me to buy them clothes. That's all they want from me. Now watch God's heart. Look at here. Here's God crying. You want to see God crying? Well, we know God cries because Jesus is God in the flesh, the God-man. And in Luke 19:41-44, it says Jesus started crying over Jerusalem because he had no choice now but to destroy it. He was crying. That's God crying. Human tears with a human face. But now watch God crying in the Old Testament. Are you ready? Hosea 11, now 8-9. Watch. Look at God crying. Look. How can I give you up, Ephraim? Now, I wish I could do it the way God is doing it. I can't. But this is him crying, saying, how can I do to you what I did to Admah, Zeboim? These are the places that were destroyed with Sodom and Gomorrah. How can I wipe you out? How can I obliterate you, remove you? I can't. How can I get rid of you and remove you from my face? I can't. The more I afflict you, the more my heart breaks. The more I discipline you, the more I cry for you. How can I do this to you? How can I hand you over, Israel? How can I just remove you? I can't. I don't have it in me. I can't disown you. How can I treat you like Edma? How can I make you like Zeboim? Now look at this part. My heart is changed within me. As much as I was angry, now that I've afflicted you, all my anger is spent, and now my heart is breaking. My heart is churning within me. My heart is being filled with compassion. I am broken over you. All my compassion is aroused. See that part? I will not carry out my fierce anger. I will not wipe you out completely. I can't. I don't have it in me. Because the more I afflict you, the more my heart breaks, and the more I cry for you, the more I cry after you. Nor will I devastate Ephraim again. For I am God and not a man, the Holy One among you. I will not come up against their cities. This is the heart of God. Yeah, now you got it, Byzantine. So it ended with Jesus. This is why when Jesus comes, it says, that's it. It's over. This is why when Jesus says, this is it, Israel, it's the last chance. What Jesus was saying is, I'm tired. Enough. I can't make you love me. I can't make you desire me anymore. And now I'm going to give you what you want. You don't want me. You're ashamed of me. You're embarrassed by me. I'm not attractive enough. Now I have to give you what you want. Farewell, Israel. Here you go. It's over. I won't be there because you don't want me anymore. I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried. That's the story of the Old Testament. I kept taking you back and I kept forgiving you. And I tried and I tried and I tried. But the more I tried, the more you hated me, the more you resented me, the more you didn't want to have anything to do with me. I can't do it anymore, Israel. It's done. Farewell.